Hi everyone and welcome to our next tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to take a look at organizing your drive spaces. It's very important that you understand your drive spaces because you will be using these throughout the course. So what you're going to do in this assignment is use a couple different tools, and then when you're done you will be submitting an image file. So to get started, we're going to click on My Computer. And what I want you to do is take a look at all your drive spaces available to you. Now notice that I can see my C drive, but for you, you will not be able to see it. You will see the D drive on the computer that you're working on. You're also going to see your P drive. And your P drive is your network space where you can store all of your files. And you can access those files from any computer at the school or access them from home. Now, your P drive starts with your S number. For teachers, it starts with a C number. That's why you see it like that. The other file you're going to use, or the other storage space, is the X drive. The X drive is a place where I can hand out files to you, or you can hand files in to me. So if I click on the X drive, and you can see where you can go in and you can hand in files. You can go down to Martinson Todd, and when you go into there, you're going to go in and you're going to see our class. So you'll be able to hand in files to there. If I go back to the handout file and I go to Martinson Todd, I can see a folder where you will be able to access files that I want to hand out to you. So there is a hand in file and a handout file here. So if I go back to here, what you're going to do in the first part of your assignment is basically do a screen capture of all of these drives. I want to make sure that all your drives are in blue. That means there's enough space to work in these drives. If they're not in blue, then you'll have to delete or move files so that these are all in blue. Once you have that, what I want you to do is do a screen capture. The way you do a screen capture is hold down your Shift key, and on your keyboard you're going to see a print screen option. While you're holding down the Shift key, hit print screen, and then what you can do is go in and look for a program called Microsoft Paint. You can type in Paint here, or you can find it in the menu. I've got it here. When you open up Paint, you're just going to go paste, and if we did this right, we should see our drive space. Let me go back. Let me just hold down the Shift key again and hit print screen. I'm going to go back to Paint and I'm going to paste. So I mustn't have hit it the first time. Then what you're going to do is we're going to crop this. I'm going to select it, and I'm just going to select all of these things here. And then I'm going to hit crop, because really this is all that I want to see. I want to see that you are the user. So somewhere in here we should have your name, and we'll highlight that. So I'm going to use this here. I'm going to change this to red. So I should be able to see that this is your drive space. So your name should be here. I should see all the different drives here. Now, sometimes when you log in, you will not see the X drive. That means there was a failure during login, and you might have to reboot your computer if you do not see the X drive. So if you do not see it now, please do a reboot on your computer so you can see all these drives. Then let's just label everything else. I'm just going to change this to green, and I'm going to label this here showing that yes, that is my P drive, and this one here is the X drive, and we're going to label it. So this is your personal drive space. We'll put in brackets P drive, And over here, we are going to put hand in and handout folder, and that is called the X drive. So by doing all this, hopefully you realize what drive spaces you have available to you. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go back to my computer, and I want you to organize your files. So I want to see that you are organized. So when you click on your P drive, double click, you should have a minimum of 5 or 4 folders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in folders for each of my classes. The way you make a folder is right click and go to new folder. So right click, new folder, block B, block C, and we'll put in block D as well. So now I've got all my old files that I placed in this folder here. I'm using this one currently, so I've got this one open. And we've got a folder for each of our classes. Now, block D for you might be math, it might be English. You can label that, you can rename it if you wish. But at the very least, I want to see this here underneath your P drive. So now when I do another screen capture, so hold down your Shift key and hit print screen and go back to Paint. And now when I paste this, I pasted it right over top. I'm just going to bring it down here. I'm just going to put it right below. So if I just drag it here, and there. Now I can see all the drive spaces I have available, and I can see that in my P drive I have everything organized in folders. I don't have 100 files here. Everything's organized and put into one of these folders. And if I want, when I'm done, I can crop this. I want to see all of this here, so I'll hit crop after selecting, and there. Now, just to make it really clear, I can put my name in here, and I'll make the font bigger. And there. Now I've got this labeled. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG. So click on this and go to Save As a JPEG. And I'm going to save it in a place where I can access it later. And I'll call this my computer drive space, grade 10 computer studies. And I'll save that. I'm going to save it inside here, so I'm going to save. And this is what you're going to submit into Schoology. So you're actually going to hand in a JPEG file as your assignment. Make sure it has all of these elements here shown for full marks for this assignment. That's it for now. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.